The last time we recorded was at the end of November.
Oh my God.
And then I think that episode came out before Christmas. And then I went out of town for a week. I went to Disney World with the family.
Right.
And then while I was at Disney World, I got the flu.
Right.
And then I had the flu for a solid 2.5 weeks, basically from a couple days before Christmas through the New Year. It was bad.
Yeah.
And then I haven't had the flu since I was a kid. So I was like, I don't get the flu. It's like the stupidest thing.
So I don't either until this year.
Yep. Man, it was bad this year.
I got it really bad too. It was crazy.
Yeah. So, and you didn't get it from me.
I didn't get it from you, no.
I mean, you sound better. Like, you sounded pretty rough for a while.
It was bad. And I mean, I definitely feel better. My spirits are high, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm here now in mind, in spirit, in body.
In the Shedcade 2.0.
Dude, nice job, by the way. I was going to say, for those out there who can't see this, Matt has done quite the remodel on the Shedcade. I mean, it's like 50% bigger. You have some legitimate acoustic.
It feels bigger.
Yeah, it's amazing. I like your Jethro Tull tapestry.
That I've been looking for somewhere to put that thing.
We can actually hang out in here comfortably and play pinball and have guests.
Yeah, so the Shedcade is down to 2 pinball machines because I think at one point I had 4 in here, which was insane and made it impossible to work on any games.
Right.
But yeah, it's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It feels amazing, man. Nice job. And
smells way better in here.
It does. Like a cinnamon kind of smell going on. I'm excited to be here and I'm glad to be back. And we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, man, I'm excited to be back. And I think, I guess, is this going to be the final? Is this the final episode? Or?
It's kind of funny to say, excited to be back for the last episode.
I mean, but you know, there's like, we're going to be working on a couple things for the quote unquote next season.
Yeah. So setting up the Shedcade is kind of like part of the prep work for season 2 and
more consistency, I guess, on not having to set up and tear down and move stuff around and back and forth. And it's kind of like
less of a scramble thing kind of on a weekly basis.
It's the first time I've ever experienced this, man. Like coming up with ways to produce content week to week, you know, and it's tough. Yeah. Like mad props to anyone out there, content creators, podcast people, YouTubers, whatever. It is a lot of work to have a weekly show.
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot of work.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Regrets.
No regrets. But yeah, we don't have an exact timeline for season 2 to start, but I think in the interim, we'll have occasional things to post, potentially some game reviews.
Kind of like self-contained.
Sort of self-contained stuff. We've got some other stuff in the works that's not necessarily in the typical Bash Pinball episode format.
Right.
But yeah, so, you know, the channel, is it a channel? Is that what you call it?
Is this the channel?
The channel won't go dead.
YouTubers have channels.
Yeah, I mean, we have a channel, a YouTube channel, but...
We forgot to stream us playing pinball.
Yeah, we'll be able to stream in here, actually, pretty easily now that this is set up the way that it is.
So maybe that's something to look forward to season 2.
Yeah.
More
maybe you have
streaming.
Some streaming off-season.
Video
too. I don't know.
Stuff, maybe.
So, yeah, this is officially the last episode of season 1, which is kind of like Expo Part 3.
We just got to end it. We got to tell our story and end it. You know what I mean?
This Expo stuff has got to stop. I mean, we're like 4 months off Expo?
I mean, yeah, at this rate, we're going to have to combine it with Expo 2025.
Yeah, so for season 2, we've got new stuff we want to do and new ideas. A lot of that stuff requires some prep work, and we don't want to be on like the weekly grind of it.
We're not Waffle House. Yeah. We can't always keep the grill on.
Anyway, we have a lot of big ideas.
International guests, you know, and animals. Yeah. We're going to have animals on the show. We're going to do on-location shows. Whatever you want, we'll do it.
Yeah. We have a time now to plan it.
I got a bone to pick with Ian.
What? Yeah, why?
He just won't stop calling me. He was harassing me about episodes.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's because he started a podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I think he like sees us as competition, so I think he was trying to get in my head.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
You know, it's not really a competition at all because we don't have a magazine.
No, we don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're doing something different than Mr. Jacoby.
Jacoby, yeah. I mean, Ian, like, I don't know why you want to start problems with me. I thought we were friends. But I mean, I'll fight you if you want.
I mean, if necessary. He's a lot bigger than you, man.
Yeah, but I'm from Panama, dude. I got street smarts.
Scrappy.
I'm scrappy.
Yeah, okay.
We should, if he wants to fight, if he wants our podcast to fight, I'm all about it.
Okay.
I'm not sure how you can put two podcasts against each other, fighting wise. Anyways, tangent. Ian, stop calling me. I love you.
All right. So we got to go back to last episode a little bit because Glenn Wechter had brought a kangaroo nutsack to Expo. But I think we had kind of asked some questions about kangaroos and...
Are they real? Like,
yeah.
Not the kangaroo, the nutsacks.
Yeah, like what's the deal with this? Because we were curious. And we got some listener feedback. So we heard from Ryan from Phantom Tilt, actually.
Oh.
A fellow podcaster.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot they were out there.
So Ryan said, it's a dark red meat. It's a bit smoky and a bit gamey, but bloody delicious. I got to get the accent.
I can't. I'm not even trying.
I really wanted to say that with the accent.
Bloody delicious.
And roux tail stew with dumplings is a classic dish. Tail is the fattiest part.
Oh, so, Matt, this is going to sound insane. Until today, I didn't actually know that people ate kangaroos. That's like shocking to me.
Yeah.
It's almost disturbing to me.
Yeah.
They have pouches for their babies. I don't know. Maybe they're terrible, right? Maybe they're just like mean.
People eat Bambi too, you know. People eat everything.
That is crazy.
But they're big animals. There's a lot of meat on them. So,
Could you make hamburgers?
I'm sure you could.
Kangaroo burgers?
Ryan said it's smoky. That sounds good to me.
Smoky.
Yeah, so thanks, Ryan, from Phantom Tilt. By the way, check out their podcast.
Oh, hope to see you at Expo, too.
So, yeah, I've been listening to their show from the beginning. I'm a completionist. And I'm hoping that a couple more years from now, I will have figured out the Australian accent. I'm not even going to try it now because I'm so bad at it.
I think that's a good plan.
I can't even think of like one word to say with an Australian accent right now accurately.
Crikey?
Crikey.
That wasn't bad.
Okay, I mean, Steve Irwin, I've heard enough of Steve Irwin to do that. But wait, there was one Steve Irwin phrase, I think. This water's murky, real murky.
That's pretty good.
That's it. I got one phrase, and it's not even that good. But I feel like listening to Phantom Tilt, I'm going to get there.
So you should do that phrase again next year.
Oh, yeah. I'll try it again. That'll be like my benchmark.
Yeah, to see how much better your Australian accent has gotten.
It can only go up from here.
We also received this voice memo from a listener, and I think we've talked about him before. He's kind of an enigma. He's, kind of a mystery. We don't know what he looks like. Mr. Johnny Crunch. I
think we solicited his input on this topic on the last episode, and he got back to us.
Do you want to play the clip?
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and play that so you can just hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Hi, fellas. Johnny Crunch here. I've taken a moment away from the ladies to reply to your interest in kangaroo sacks. Yeah, chowing down on a roux is nothing new here. They taste like koala and platypus, or chicken, as some would suggest. Eaten roux is more common up north of the country, not so much down south of the border, or Mexico as we call it. Johnny will smash down a roux or two when he visits the northern coast once a year. The sacks are like dim sums and they go alright with a little sauce. The sacks that don't get eaten will get used as coin pouches or stacked 10 high at the dump. Johnny can hear the ladies calling, so I better get back on the workbench. Best wishes.
So from Ryan, we got some info on the meat, and from Johnny, we got some info on the sack. And
he also sounds kind of insane, dude. Don't you agree?
I think that's just the Australian personality.
He even sent us a link to where we can purchase these kangaroo nut sacks.
Oh, right. Yeah. We'll post the link in the show notes.
$34.99 or 4 interest-free payments of $8.75 with Afterpay. Nice.
Yeah, I got to buy a kangaroo nut sack on layaway.
Australian-made Rogeroo kangaroo scrotum pouch. You could fit at least $10 in quarters.
Do you think?
Yeah, easy. From this picture, it's a pretty long kind of scrotum, you know?
Yeah, that one looks... They might be advertising the old man kangaroo sack, but...
At least $5 in quarters.
Yeah.
This is the way.
And now for a word from our sponsor. Hot kids, give it all you got. Hot kids, you kids are so cool that you're hot. Hey, Kool-Aid! Oh, yeah. Kool-Aid is for hot kids like you. Kool-Aid is for hot kids like you. And now, back to the show.
Speaking of Aussies, we played some really cool Australian games. We were in the cool club. We were hanging out with Electric Bat, Rachel and Kale, Jamie from Wormhole, Ian.
So Rob Burke, who is the dude who basically puts on the expo.
Right.
He has a huge collection of games, and he brings his own personal games.
Right.
And apart from the main convention area, there's a separate room that is just full of mostly Rob Burke's games, and they're nice.
They're really nice. I overheard multiple people saying, like, these games are probably the best playing examples of these games.
And that was one of the big things for me that set Chicago Expo apart. These were all Rob Burke's games, and they were all super nice, well-maintained. Clearly, he puts a lot of pride into these games. They were great. They played great. And there was, I don't know how many of them there were. What was it, like 40 or 50, 60, 80? There was a ton of them.
Minimum 50.
Yeah, at least 50 games in there.
It was like 4 rows.
Yeah, and it was a huge variety, all different eras. I mean, not modern Sterns, like those were out on the main show floor, but these were like 70s, 80s, 90s games.
Right. And in that collection were the Hankin Games.
Hankin.
Australian, super rare.
Yeah.
The one that I liked, just by the look of it, was Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, which I didn't even know that existed.
Dude, the back glass on that game, it was like ominous.
Yeah,
you know,
just
like Vader. It was, playing. It was cool.
That game came out when the movie came out.
Right.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's some sort of
like knockoff or something.
I thought it was a re-theme when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Because it was too cool. Like, it looked super cool, but it was a legit licensed Empire Strikes Back when the movie came out.
Yeah.
82 or something.
I actually really liked that game, and I just approached it differently. It was very floaty. The ball was it had a lot of side-to-side action, like a wide body.
Yeah, it was wide, and I think it was on 5-ball.
Very slow.
It felt like it never ended. Because I think we had a four-player game. It was like,
and they were, not to go out of Empire Strikes Back, but right next to it was another Hankin game, Dennis Lillee's.
Howzat?
It was like a cricket.
I couldn't even tell what it was. I was like, who the heck is Dennis Lillee?
But they all love that game.
Apparently, that was the better of the...
I didn't even play it.
We didn't play it because
I was too busy keeping up with my Empire Strikes Back game.
Yeah, our like 30-minute Empire Strikes Back game.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I wasn't that into. I was just like, I hope this ends soon.
I know.
So we could play something else. But it was really cool to get to play
Experience it, yeah. I'm not sure.
It wasn't even on my radar. I'd never seen it, heard of it. And it was cool to get to experience that.
That was really cool, man. That was like, I don't know. To me, I feel like that retro game hall was like its own little hidden gem for me. Because I went in looking for X-Men and all the new games and all the Avatar, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. I found a lot of joy and fun in that little retro game area for whatever reason. It's just like unexpected, I guess.
There were so many games in there that I'd never played before. so many the whole time we were there that I still didn't even get to play because there's just a huge number of them. I wonder if next year, if he's going to cycle it out with a whole other set of games. I don't know. I don't know how he does that. Do you that Dennis Lillee, like, look up Dennis Lillee, Howzat, and check out
the artwork,
the back glass on that thing. It is maybe the funniest thing.
Amazing.
The funniest pinball machine I've ever seen. Like, so Dennis Lillee apparently is a cricketer. Was that what it is?
I think he's like a famous cricketer from the 80s.
Yeah, so not a sport that I'm familiar with in any capacity, but apparently famous enough to be the theme of a pinball machine.
Right.
And he is prancing across the back glass.
Man, and if you're going to be at Expo 2025, come find us and we'll play it together. I hope it's there. I really do, because I want to play it. I never played it. What about Dodge Viper?
Oh, yeah. So I had never played that before.
Same.
That was one of the games I kind of forgot existed.
Bad fonts.
Bad Photoshop.
Everywhere.
Questionable in a lot of ways. But
tons of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Original, like, in some ways. And is it just me, or did the balls have some kind of weird, like, drift? Like, the balls always have backspin or some kind of spin.
I think it... I
felt different.
Researched this, but yeah, the balls, they're like this gray colored coated balls, and they definitely behave differently than a usual.
Yeah, I don't know. It reminded me of like a car racing or like drifting or something, and it was kind of cool.
And it's like you had to adjust to these balls.
I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, that was cool to play. And then another one that we had both never played before was Time Warp. The banana flippers. I've never experienced the banana flippers until now. And whoa.
Really weird.
Yeah, super strange.
But I think the weirdest thing was they didn't really have that negative of an impact on the playing as you would imagine with the shape. It wasn't that hard to adjust a little bit, you know?
Of course, it changes all of the shot geometry. All of the angles are different. But you can hit things that you wouldn't normally be able to hit because the tips of the flippers are pointing in a different direction because of this kind of banana
shape, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't hate it. We only played it once or twice, but just anything that's different like that is kind of fun.
It was fun.
I mean, I wouldn't want every game to have banana flippers, but having a one-off game with them is fun. It's a different experience.
Dude, you know what I just thought about? Dream Theme, Donkey Kong with banana flippers.
Banana flippers on the lower play field.
Cool.
I'm totally into them.
I'm into it.
But they got to make them look like actual bananas.
Actual bananas. I'm into it.
They also had Magic Girl. So that's like the John Papaduke game that never materialized. You can see like the John Papaduke-ness of it, like the kind of flourishes and sort of like windy, whimsical stuff. But man, it played bad.
That was really unfortunate. I can't help but to wonder, right, had it been finished, if it would have been much better. Because my instinct is saying no, but I could be totally wrong.
John Papaduke has a lot of cool ideas, but without the rest of the Williams team,
right,
you don't end up with Arabian Nights or Theater of Magic.
Right.
You end up with Magic Girl, which is a turd.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. Maybe it could be turned into something cool. It's cool to play.
It was cool to play. Super rare.
Yeah.
Can't find it anywhere.
It also just wasn't really working very well. I don't know.
I got something that I'm kind of bummed about. Freaking Jamie Burchell. He goes, we're hanging out, whatever. He's like, I want you guys to show me how to play Black Rose.
Yeah, because he didn't know Black Rose
He wasn't really familiar with it, and you had one. I was mad at you for like a month.
I think I had sold it not that long before Expo.
Right, and he really wanted to play it, and they had one in the retro game area. And then he proceeds to like annihilate us.
This was frustrating for me.
It's your game that...
So, I mean, to be fair, like the Black Rose that they had played well. It was nice. It was a good example of it. And I don't know what it is, but every time I've owned a game and then played the same game that I owned
elsewhere,
I'm horrible at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm
focused in on
to like my own game that I had, because I've played it literally 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. It just played a little different than mine, and it completely messed me up. Jamie, is a pretty good player, and he beat both of us.
I was pretty embarrassed.
I was like, I can't beat me at Black Rose. But yeah, I just couldn't hit anything. Jamie's just like, I can't believe I beat you guys at Black Rose. There was a rumor about a guy giving away ice cream. They just called him the ice cream guy.
The ice cream man.
The ice cream man. I
And we
guess
were
he's
like,
at
what?
like a lot of these. He shows up at all these pinball events.
This has got to be some kind of myth, the legend.
Right, the legend of the ice cream man.
Next thing you know, there's an ice cream man. And he was taking requests. You could get a scoop of vanilla, a scoop of...
Yeah, the dude is home making this ice cream himself and bringing it to pinball conventions and then just sharing it with people.
For free.
For free.
This can't be real. But he's just like a guy who likes pinball and ice cream.
And he has a way of forming a crowd of people around him.
Yeah, he looked like Jesus, with his like people around him, like his followers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how it felt to me.
Yeah, it was like ice cream Jesus.
Ice cream Jesus. And like, he must have served thousands of bowls like Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Splitting the loaves of bread. Oh my God, do you remember? There was a random group of other hotel guests, and one of the ladies, I think they were slightly intoxicated, proceeds to take it upon herself to come over to us and go, "Excuse me, where did you guys get that ice cream?" You're definitely not a pinball person.
Yeah.
Like I can tell.
Probably not.
No, I knew. I could tell.
Yeah.
You can see it in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're almost like bankers. You ever look at a banker's eyes?
Yeah.
Kind of dead.
Different.
Like pinball people, because they have to follow the balls, they have like this different soul in their eyes you can identify. They did not have that. Right. Who knows, right? Maybe the ice cream man does not discriminate.
I mean, how do you know? He didn't ask us if we played pinball.
Maybe he has enough ice cream for everyone.
It was multiplying like the loaves.
Anyways, ice cream man, if you're out there, God bless you. Like, honestly, that's like a memory I'll never forget, is this free ice cream from this random man.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. Someone that we were really excited. I think it was probably one of the first people that we talked to on social media.
Yeah.
Actually said, "Hey, cool, I will check out your podcast." Erica from Erica's Pinball Journey. It was crazy because we kept seeing her running around back and forth, going to this event, hosting this thing, doing that thing, shooting over here, doing something with Marco. Like, dude, she was so freaking busy. And I was just like, oh my God, how can you do that? Like, how are you alive?
Yeah.
And it was like 11 o'clock and she was still running around, and she was like, "Hey, I'm actually free if you guys want to go play some pinball." But the highlight for me of hanging out with her at the end of the night was VarCon.
I didn't know about that.
I had never heard of VarCon.
A Williams, it looks like a regular arcade cabinet.
Regular, tall, shallow arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Joysticks
that control flippers.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a bonsai run vertical pinball playfield.
It's like a vertical playfield.
In a arcade cabinet, essentially. Oh, but it's also like...
It's like inverted.
So you're looking at like a mirrored reflection or something
like that,
of what you're actually playing.
That was a really good game to close out the night. We'd had so much fun, played all these awesome games, and then it's like, boom, here's this wild card who's totally different. Just not even close to anything you guys have ever played before. It was awesome.
Well, and we had been in the retro game area for a while, and I totally ignored it. Like,
kept skipping it.
I saw it over in the corner. I just thought it was some
Didn't think twice.
I thought it was like Galaga or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like, holy crap, this thing is amazing.
I really want one. Like if I had unlimited funds and like a dream house, I would put that thing somewhere in there, like in the living room or somewhere in my house. I would put a VarCon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a novelty for sure.
Cool.
I don't think it has the staying power, but just as something to like have, if you have a larger collection or something, get a Varcon, man. The thing is really cool. I don't know about maintenance or like, can you get parts for this thing?
Don't sleep on Varcon, man.
Varcon, super cool name.
Varcon. Shout out to Erica and Erica's Pinball Journey. Thanks for making that time to hang out with us. That was really, really fun.
And now for a word from our sponsor.
There's excitement going round, there's a party going down. Twister, the hot spot. On the color where it lands, put those feet in hands. Twister, the hot spot.
Yeah, Twister. Your feet and hands go down, but you gotta stay up. It's wicked high.
Right hand red, left foot blue. Body's moving to the Twister groove. Twister, the hot spot.
Twister from Milton Bradley. It's the hottest game around.
Twister, the hot spot.
And now, back to the show.
So I think the most memorable thing for me about day 2 was in the homebrew section.
Yeah.
I met this guy, Cole Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you play that game, Greek Gods?
Yeah.
He made that game with his daughter.
Right.
That was really cool, man. It was really heartfelt.
And she did the artwork.
She did the artwork and the call-outs. She was the voice.
Oh, okay.
It had like a lower play field. It had all this cool little like tricks and stuff. And that guy is really cool, man. I hope we see him again 2025. He also had that one weird one that you had to like hug.
The hugging game?
I actually played it. People were like, ew, weird. I don't want my face in there. I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this thing? And it was really cool, man. It was just like a whole different way to play pinball, which I thought was neat. Like,
it was like a cylinder that you put your arms around and had the flipper buttons on the backside.
Yeah, picture like a futuristic looking barrel.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a barrel. It was on a tabletop, like a surface, a little bit below eye level. You had to lean over.
Yeah.
Picture yourself hugging like a barrel, and the buttons are on like the backside.
Right.
Where your hands are.
Yeah.
And you're looking down. And it's like the perspective is really weird. It's almost like an above, straight down 90 view, which was really interesting to play. But anyways, I just want to give that guy props and shout out, man. I actually really enjoyed playing those games.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the unexpected things about the homebrew section was just the creativity of that type of thing where it's like, this doesn't even look like a pinball machine.
Totally different,
It is pinball, but it's like also some other thing entirely.
Yeah.
Trashland was another one that was just mind-blowing.
Out there.
And like so weird and cool. That was inspiring to see a lot of those games.
Yeah. And then I remember you played quite a bit of Boys Night Out.
Yeah. I played
Ian.
it. Yeah, Ian seemed obsessed with it.
Ian was obsessed with that game.
It actually tied into a short film or something.
And I think the same guy who made it made the film.
Right.
Yeah, so he like made a pinball machine off of his own short film.
Yeah, epic.
Super epic.
Who does that?
So that was pretty cool. Boys Night Out, right?
Yeah, Boys Night Out. That one was fun. It had like some cool 180 ramps and
it was cool.
Interesting shots and stuff. It was fun.
Joel Kaiser. That's the guy's name.
Joel Kaiser. Yeah, find him on IMDb, find his film, and then check out the game.
Ian's favorite game.
Ian's favorite game of all time. That's what he said.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I want to say that was probably one of like the bigger talked about, hyped games this year, or 2024.
Yeah, I think apart from Saw Pinball, Tony Hawk's was the one that I heard the most people talking about, probably.
Right. How many times did you get to play it?
I think I played it 2 or 3 times.
Cool.
Yeah.
I played it once with Don from Don's Pinball Podcast, and then I think once with you.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was really cool, personally. I was into it, man. I thought it had everything that I would want. Obviously, as a DIY project, it's probably tough to pull off some of it, but he kind of did. It very much felt like the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater that I used to play on my PlayStation when I was younger.
Well, yeah, I mean, down to like having the assets from that game. Like you choose your character and it's like a 90s polygon.
Yeah. The music, dude, was awesome. It was like the music from the game. He had the cool half pipe stuff. He had the little like tech deck looking mini skateboard that you could spin.
It was like a playfield spinner.
Right.
Like the whole thing rotated.
Right.
But you could also...
So you could also hit the board and then flip the board at the same time that it was spinning, which is like critical to actual skateboarding, right?
Super clever.
It was cool, man. My favorite part, right? I didn't even think about. So in the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, you had the hidden tapes, like the secret tapes that you had to find, right? And they were always somewhere hard to reach, kind of floating, or you had to like jump or like get on top of a building.
Dude, I played that. I think I got every single one.
They were hard to find, dude. In the game, there was like a shot that you had to access by like using a diverter, and then it had to go up to this upper area, and then only then could it come back around and hit the spinner. Yeah, that was a secret tape.
You couldn't figure it out in one go, which was cool.
I wish I could have played it more.
I hope that somebody makes an actual Tony Hawk game. Like, I know that's probably been rumored for a while. But I hope it's half as cool as like all the stuff that he did in this homebrew.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, and then, Clark Fraley with basically the multilingual... Gorgar's language.
He had the multi-pin there in the homebrew section with Gorgar and Firepower.
Firepower, which, by the way, the music was awesome. Yeah. Like, I really liked that music with the Firepower mod that he did.
Yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed playing... Clark from Richmond Pinball Collective.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out that we didn't really hang out with him. That's the one thing about Expo too. It feels like you're hanging out with people for like 5 minutes, then you go hang out with somebody else for 5 minutes, and then you come back around.
There's not enough time.
It's not enough time. And everybody has, like places to be or other people to see. And
it's the coming together of everyone from everywhere. It's just kind of the nature of it. But that's why you got to go back next year.
I know. Dude, did you see the gigantic Rob Burke homebrew mothership?
Yeah.
Like the
mothership.
biggest, literally the biggest pinball machine like of all time, bigger than Hercules, like by far.
Oh yeah, wasn't it next to Hercules?
Yeah,
it dwarfed
dwarfed Hercules.
But yeah, it wasn't running.
I swear
it looked amazing.
I swear that flipper bat was like my arm, dude. I'm not even exaggerating.
You have to run that thing on like 3-phase power. So much effort just to bring that thing in there. How much? It must weigh like 1,500 pounds or something.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah.
I think probably weighs more than my car.
Yeah, so day 2, we kind of made the rounds, hit up some of the smaller manufacturers, played Space Hunt from Hexa Pinball, French game. You had a lot of fun with that. It wasn't really working when I played it. But
yeah, I thought it had some interesting kind of like original shots that were a little different. Kind of hard to hit. I had a really hard time hitting some of those shots.
Yeah, it's just nice to see that other companies are getting into it, and it'll be cool to see what comes of some of these new manufacturers and stuff. Yeah,
and I think that's maybe subconsciously one of the things that I'm excited about with these homebrews that I guess kind of opened my eyes was like, in a big picture, pinball becoming more popular, it is going to bring a lot more ideas. People are going to have different opinions and thoughts, and the way they do things are different than like Americans, right? So it's like you're going to see different ways to access shots or different rule sets that might be original or
just something different,
something to change it up.
So we did get to play one other kind of like major release, Pinball Brothers, on brand. They're Swedish.
There you go.
Abba. Their other games are Alien and Queen. But yeah, Abba was not a theme that I was super excited about, not being all that familiar with ABBA's music. Right. No hate. I think ABBA made some very like well-crafted pop music. But there was a helicopter in the game for some reason. I don't know why.
Lock the balls in there.
Lock balls in a helicopter.
Tons of fun.
I really sucked at that game for some reason. It was fairly straightforward layout. Like, it reminded me a little bit of like a mid-2000s Stern or something. There's nothing like mind-blowing about the shots or the layout or anything like that. But
I really liked it, and for whatever reason, I did really well, and I was really good at it. I don't know why.
You got all the ball locks and the multi-balls. Like, I just couldn't hit the ramps for some reason. But
it's one of those weird games that just works for you.
I think if you like ABBA, you're probably gonna love this game.
I think you would.
If I had one in my arcade, I'd probably play it if I could hear it.
Yeah, I mean, like all those music themes, I feel like you have to be able to turn it up.
Yeah, and I don't even think we could hear it that well.
We couldn't hear it,
and maybe I'd like it more if I could hear me some ABBA. But we saw Roger Sharp playing it.
Yeah, he was, as we were leaving, he was like on the very last machine on the edge, and he had like a little baby crowd around him, right? Like a couple people and like
it was a live stream,
like a streaming rig, yeah. And I was like, whoa, wait, what's going on? And then we noticed, it was like, oh my gosh, that's Roger Sharp. He's just like playing ABBA.
Yeah.
I guess to close out day 2, we were starving, and for whatever reason, I don't know if we couldn't find food or something.
So Schaumburg closes at like 9 o'clock
Everything
sharp
was
on a
closed.
Saturday.
Everything was closed.
Yeah. Expo goes until like 1 a.m. on Saturday. It goes real late.
The only thing open was the 7-Eleven, right? And it was a little sketch. The moment we parked, I kind of tightened up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like my pockets, like this is like a weird Panamanian thing. Like, I don't know, when you grow up in a big city or whatever,
Yeah.
there's danger everywhere. So like you kind of learn to be paranoid.
Yeah.
I had that like kick in, a little spidey sense, you know? And
Yeah.
anyways.
It was sketchy. It seemed like the owner of the shop thought we were cops while he was selling alcohol to some underage people.
Anyways, yeah, so I got my favorite 7-Eleven sandwich, like the little pre-made plastic container sandwiches that they make. It's like a southwestern turkey sandwich.
I think I got some prepackaged yogurt and string cheese.
That was dinner.
Yeah.
Night 2.
The next day, the final day of Expo, we did get to play another big-ish release, the Funhouse Remake.
Oh, yeah.
So we played the one that, I think it was the one with the Brian Allen artwork.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
the like enhanced version. I think it had some extra features and stuff. Seemed fun, seemed cool.
Yep.
I don't know.
I had a hard time, man.
It was playing a little hard, I think, but the artwork looks great.
Yeah, it looked great.
I don't know. I didn't really have any fault with it.
Same. Kind of just general indifference. But like,
Yeah, it's a remake.
Who is it? Yeah, who is it for? Like Funhouse fans? For new fans? For like a person who grew up playing Funhouse that wants a new version of Funhouse? I don't know. Who is that game for? I'm not sure.
I mean, Funhouse is one of the pricier 90s games, I guess. It's not up there with the most expensive ones, Attack from Mars.
Right, Monster Bash.
Monster Bash, yeah. So, where do you go from here? Pinside, top 100, top 50. There aren't that many left. There's
That's true.
Tales of the Arabian Nights, Theater of Magic. There's a handful that are still command a lot of money. But
Right.
Funhouse is like not in that league,
Yeah.
You can get one for like $4,000 to $6,000. It's cool that it's going to be more accessible to more people. And
I'm not trying to hate on it. For me, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't like Funhouse.
you just don't like the game.
I just don't like Rudy.
I thought we were pals.
I'm starting to like it more. I played an original one recently that played well,
Cool.
and I was having quite a bit of fun with it. I think that's one of those games that until you get past the hump of finding all the basic shots, it's just not fun. There's certain games like that.
I get
Actually,
it.
Gophers is kind of like that.
Like Rejecty.
But I like
But
Rudy.
it was cool to play it.
The main thing we did on day 3 was take a little trip.
Yeah, we can't go to Schaumburg / Chicago
Yeah.
without checking out Logan Arcade.
Yeah.
I hear so much about it, just like in general as part like a staple in like the pinball community and world and history.
Yeah, and Logan is like where they basically test new Stern games. Apparently Logan has all the pre-release code on their Stern games. The designers are frequently over there testing their games in the real world. And
Kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of silly, right? Like we leave a free place to
pay
go
money.
spend money on game. But honestly, it was worth it because
yeah.
I don't know, being in Chicago and playing pinball in the real world, not in the convention world. You know what I mean? So I thought that was totally worth it. To me, that was like its own little moment actually playing at Logan.
So we got there. They have their own restaurant. It's like
adjacent. It's not actually
it's like, yeah, it's called Fry Like an Eagle.
Fry Like an Eagle. I remember that.
Yeah, and they have a ton of hot dogs.
It was like vegan.
I remember the hot dog had like raspberry jam and cream cheese. It wasn't a hot dog I'd ever had before, but it was really good.
But we shared the fries.
That's right.
They were chili fries.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah, and they had a Monster Bash on free play, which cool.
That was cool.
They had the Gottlieb Bone Busters, which I think that everybody hates, or a lot of people hate that game.
I know.
It was fun. I played that a bunch. I got my best score I've ever gotten on Radical.
By the way, I think Bone Busters is actually Ian's favorite game.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
That game is wild, but it was fun, man. It played good. Like all the games there played pretty well. They had a mix of stuff. They obviously had like a lot of newer Sterns and stuff. We played some X-Men. It was just a cool place, cool vibes.
I would go there all the time to play pinball. Like that's an easy like pinball spot to make it like your pinball spot.
I wish we had a place
I do too.
remotely as cool as Logan.
Picture dive bar, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And a shitload of pinball machines.
Yeah, just wall-to-wall pinball machines everywhere. They had maybe a few arcade games, but it was mostly pinball.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys.
What I'll say is if you're in Schaumburg and you're trying to get to Chicago to play pinball or go to Logan or something down the city, give yourself way more time than you think you're going to need.
Oh, the train.
And
traffic.
Watch some YouTube videos or something to figure out just the train system.
What I wish you would have known was a schedule, which on the weekends apparently is only every 2 hours.
Yeah.
On a Saturday.
You have to time it very precisely. There's multiple trains. There's the Metra. The Metra is like the double-decker train, which is cool. Take that one.
It was a cool experience.
All of our train rides, we met people, we hung out with random strangers, talked about pinball to strangers.
Yeah, it was refreshing to have human interaction and like actual conversations with strangers. For me, I think that's one of the things that I do like about big cities, right? It's like diversity and people are more open to having a conversation because you have to.
I think that is somewhat unique to Chicago. Certainly New York is not like that. Well, New York,
yeah, they're a lot more standoffish.
LA is not like that. I think it's a cool thing about Chicago. I mean, obviously it's not the LA city like that.
Right.
I did come away, because this was like my first real trip to Chicago, even though it was
I'd never been.
Short. I think it's my favorite big city in the U.S. Chicago has like real history, and you can see it everywhere you look. And also felt like I was in a Batman movie driving around. Because I think the Nolan movies were filmed there. Because there's a lot of like underground stuff. Because the city's like built up above ground, basically.
Next time we go for Expo, I want to make a point to try to stay a little bit longer. Take at least like another 2 days separate from Expo. Just to like kind of learn more about it, get more familiar, spend more time doing Chicago stuff, not just pinball stuff.
Pro tip, don't go to Expo thinking you're going to go to Chicago too.
Yeah.
You need extra days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we got to mention, after we got back from Chicago, much later than we were expecting, we did get to play Metallica Remastered. We were waiting in an incredibly long line to play it with Don.
The other Don.
Other Don, Pinball Podcast Don. And I think I got bored of waiting because I saw Ian playing X-Men. And so I ditched you guys to play X-Men. But you guys stuck it out in that absurdly long line. We did. And what'd you think? Because I think that was the debut of that game. That was the first time anybody had seen it.
Honestly, man, I liked it. Yeah. I like the original one too. It's been a while since I'd played the Metallica game, so I didn't really like. It wasn't like fresh in my mind what it played like, or what it felt like. I do like the new art. I didn't like the new Metallica on the screen.
Oh, right, because like, the video. Yeah,
I wish it was like older Metallica.
Yeah, it's got this, like Guns N' Roses is the same way. It's just got modern concert video
James
footage.
Hetfield with like a black shirt and like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's my personal preference, you know what I mean?
It would be cooler if it was like 80s or 90s Metallica videos.
I think most people, when you think Metallica, you don't think 2024. You think 1980.
Yeah, because those dudes are like in their 60s now or something. So,
but
it's a little bit of a vibe killer.
It's no real hate. I mean, it actually played really well. It was fun, and I feel like they did a good job at enhancing what was already there in the play field and the toys.
I didn't get to play it because you and the Dons.
You guys
were like killing it. You were holding up the line.
Actually, we Actually, yeah, man, we did really well, and he, got me.
You guys had like a good competitive game going.
there was at least one turn where I was like, I think I might get him on this, but he definitely knew that game a lot more than me, and he got me. But it was really fun, man.
You guys had an epic showdown on that thing.
Yeah.
But the new artwork package, I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
At least on the LE, and it had like the foil looking,
kind of gold and green and red,
3-dimensional looking art on it.
Oh man! But yeah, that was great. That was really fun.
I think we closed out Expo. We went over to the retro game room and let Ian pick the game.
Bless his heart. Diamond Lady.
Diamond Lady.
Diamond Lady.
A game that I had looked at already because the artwork on it is insane.
Hideous.
I mean...
But beautiful.
Beautifully hideous. It's a Gottlieb game that's a throwback to an EM. It's weird because it's like retro, but also retro within a retro. It's like Inception, but it has like the big chunky flippers.
The artwork gives strong elementary school Valentine's Day card energy.
Yeah, so it's like photographs of the woman, the Diamond Lady, who is also on the back glass. And she's like glammed out early 90s style with a sequined red dress. And it's also playing card themed.
Yeah.
They took, 150 pictures of her and just stuck them all over the playfield in different poses. It's just bizarre and it's hilarious, but I love it.
Thanks, Ian.
And I want it.
I know. That's such a cool, I love that game too.
I want to get all the rest of the Diamond Ladies. I want all of them, and then I want to put them in all of the bars that I can find. All of them. Just Diamond Ladies everywhere.
I know. The seduction.
It's just one of those baffling design choices that is endearing now. It's wild. But us and Ian...
The Dons?
And the Don. Me and Ian and the Dons. That's what I was trying to get at.
Right.
We had a 4-player game of Diamond Lady. I think we played it a couple times, actually.
We did. We played it a couple times.
We got through the first game and we were like, we need to play that again.
Yep.
And it's got one ramp in the back. It's got several spinners and some drop targets, various stand-up targets.
It was fun, man. It was tons of fun.
Ian, killed us.
That's so cool, right? Being put onto a game like this.
Yeah.
Just because this person happens to like it, and then you also appreciate what they like about it.
I want one now.
I know.
And I found a couple Pinsiders in our general area that own them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're not for sale.
They're not for sale.
It's in their collection.
I've gotten messages from randos asking to buy my games that aren't for sale. So I don't know. Maybe I'll hit them up.
That should be the name of our pinball company, Diamond Lady Pinball, and we only put Diamond Ladies. Like you said, we hoard them all. And if you want a Diamond Lady, we are your go-to.
We can ship them all around, but we will never sell them.
We'll never sell them.
That's a good idea. We'll just start, apart from Bash Pinball, we'll just start at Diamond Lady Pinball.
.com.
.com. And then we collect all of them. And then if you want one, you got to come through us.
Yeah.
If we ever actually get a Diamond Lady, I'll write her a song. And it'll be on season 2 or 3.
So this is the end of season 1, allegedly.
Yeah. Anyway, go to Expo. If you haven't. TLDR, go to Expo. That's what we should have just said from the beginning.
I know. That's like the summary. It's like, go to Expo.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to TPF.
Oh, nice. You're going to go?
Yep. Me and Hacker J.
Oh, nice, dude. That's cool.
My bro.
That's cool.
Probably going to be hanging out at the Wormhole booth.
Man.
Don't actually know if we know anybody else that's going to be there. Maybe we do. But definitely come find me. I don't know if you can identify me without Don. As a pair, I think we're identifiable. But by myself, I don't know. Good luck. Good luck finding me.
Territory now.
personnel.